rotation. You can see naxy considering it. But committed to this double hold here on B side. Actually, with the out zone coming through, there comes the dash. Actually, Trapwire not finding anything on the way in.
Exactly. It's left towards that ladder, but it still works for a couple of kills here for naxy. Going for the third, and yes, indeed. Tripping over that one, Curumi gets punished. And that spike down. KOHAL by herself. Nice little dink, but she's down to 13 HP. This is not going to be too easy to do, especially now that the defenders are closing in on her. She moves forward. DRN allows Team Liquid to get an easy. See if FENNEL could adapt to that in the later rounds.
The difference being, and we talked, I think there was 1 or 2 rounds we mentioned it on Ascent, really testing the diligence here with obviously Liquid having 2 initiators, right? Both duelists sure run it down, but they have to clear these angles. That's how nearly actually getting caught out here with this push. Daiki will find one in tube. There's 2 more to find though. Should have the info off that door opening as well.
As the door opens up, we have Festival that's just running down towards the staircase, but DRN still holding everything else with the rest of Team Liquid. This was a story of momentum, right? Once they built up a couple of these confident, frag-heavy round victories, that's when they look to kind of build upon it. And a great opportunity to do it now when FENNEL has rifles to work with against Team Liquid's bonus. Yes, 2 Bulldogs, but the rest are only Spectres. The Owls are going to kiss towards mid. One does get a ping, but it still will not stop FENNEL from moving forward on top mid.
Say, unorthodox placement of the poison orb here, and it would lead me towards believing actually they're going to pressure towards Nest, and they will. Daiki, luckily, has backed away. I think reading this poison orb perfectly.
And it's set for a crossfire all towards spawn on Team Liquid. Meanwhile, for FENNEL, we've seen these camera setups from naxy looking down towards B main and also towards Nest. So as the smoke dissipates from the poison orb, we actually did see one towards the top of mid, but did not expect 3 players as Team Liquid, as FENNEL are trying to fight back. Lots of utility being used, blocking the vision on both ends, and that's going to be FENNEL trying to rush into the A site. Nice little flash coming through, but suzu cannot get the kill onto DRN at the bottom of the bridge. Finally, we get some trade-offs. It's a 3 versus 2, as we're still trying to move inside the site. sapphiRe spotted down towards that bridge as naxy is waiting to be met up by naxy. Now with this plant for 2 players towards door.
Yeah, double stacking tube is going to be really difficult for Liquid to dig out. And all Curumi needs to do is just maybe catch a little bit of information, but Len got on the flank already. Wants to be proactive here.
1 enemy remaining.
He'll spot the first and the second. An easy one done. Very, very nice for FENNEL on the pulse plant.
Curious to see how much FENNEL have got cooked up in that regard.
That's going to change a bit. 3 repelling up towards the halls, and that's going to be heard by DRN just under the double doors, and that's going to force the rotate potentially. The calls are coming out, but the spike is still waiting towards B. We're trying to catch naxy on the rotate out.
They're wrapping B. Again, with no pressure here outside tube, they actually look to try and backfill this B side hole, but naxy will find the first, DRN for the second as well.
Ooh, the idea was so good there for FENNEL, but unfortunately everybody's losing their duels. And just like that, it's a 5 versus 1. Curumi stuck in the front of B main. Snakebite on the ground. You're just going to try to see if you can do anything here. Try to make it expensive if you can. That's 2 kills at least to start, a minute to work with. And potentially an orb if your position's given away. bstrdd is looking for the flank. And she'll get it.
Good cleanup, and actually keeping that.
Right angles would be the name of the game if they want to try to go for these spawn pushes. In this round, change of pace. A little bit faster for FENNEL. A wall to go look up towards mid. We have this Neon pushing forward too from Festival. Big knife though to not allow any more utility to come out from this Neon. suzu somehow on the right side of Pyramid still manages to get the headshot onto DRN. Now comes out with the Blade Storm, but it gets denied by bstrdd. Meanwhile, Spike has been planted, so at least that's the first check mark. Make that even a second one as the numbers are dwindling down on the rotation from Team Liquid. 2 players now coming out from mid doors. A 1 versus 1 in the back, and that's Festival once again. Coming to the party and getting a headshot onto daiki. Big hat to come out to find the information on the last 2. And that's naxy and naxy moving up the doors finally. Setup's too good now for FENNEL. And naxy on top of that even gets pinged. What a thrifty coming out here from FENNEL.
Beautiful back towards bridge here, so no chance of offsetting these pistols here with the ultimate.
Doesn't seem like there's going to be any trap plays, so it's just going to be the overdrive from Festival. fully blinded, but KOHAL is there to support. They spot another one from the ping in the back of Orange, and Festival's clearing towards the right side of the pyramid. All the support comes through, all the information's there, and she does not get the kill as bstrdd gets the headshot and dashes forward. But that's still period advantage for FENNEL. bstrdd has low HP inside the site. Len watching that rotation on middle, and it's going to come head-to-head against daiki. I'm pretty sure daiki saw her, so that's a potential for her to at least salvage a gun.
Ping comes through on the minimap as well, so daiki should clear this angle. Len, the timing just slips through her fingers. So an upgrade here. KOHAL, the next on the chopping block.
Oh, we're fighting. We want to swing out. We don't want to go for the tight angles. And daiki and bstrdd somehow makes it a 2 versus 1 in favor of Team Liquid. At least both of them are being pinged out, so it's a Sova on Sova. Trying to run that clock down. Shock dart on one end, daiki on the other. They're just going ring around a rosy around these pyramids, but that spike is taken down. It's not going to happen for the defuse. You just want to try to make it expensive, but you've made it expensive enough. And pretty crazy that Curumi had to do a Red Bull clutch to be able to save that round here for FENNEL. But thankfully, the money's still really good here for the attack. That economy wasn't really damaged at all, and they're still going to still be able to take out an operator into this round.
I think bstrdd actually saving through here to try and get the operator online.
Yeah.
Utilize the Blade Storm here. naxy one off the Viper's bit, and that will be the full house in terms of this ultimate cycle for Liquid. Same once again though with this push behind the poison orb towards Nest. And Festival actually finds naxy. That's been the problem on some of these B hits so far.
Now a ping out and nice little spacing from Festival, who taps another one in the face of DRN. That's an early 5v to make that only one more to go. daiki inside this B site. I'm just gonna save it there, and I just love this. I just love this right now from FENNEL. We talk about tape here, Hypoc, and I feel that they have the perfect counter to these camera setups on mid against naxy.
It's the same thing once again, though. Liquid almost being caught off guard and tested previously with that recovery factor, constantly having to react to this overwhelming pressure that FENNEL are able to create. The chaos that ensues as well. I mean, Festival actually with the perfect bait, that reveal coming through to mid, actually tagging the opposite player in this. I think it was KOHAL. A Festival capitalizing on that. It's just beautiful to watch. daiki will try and hold on to this rifle, but this kind of throws the economy off kilts as well. We're talking about bstrdd holding on to some money, using the Blade Storm to try and get that operator online, and suzu sharp to it. The Prime Gaming flawless here in round 7, and FENNEL put themselves one round ahead here.
Yeah. Definitely feels like you need to do some sort of adjustment, and maybe that...
I was going to say, I'm expecting a timeout to come because there's just no answer. Previously, naxy was the problem on this B-site split that FENNEL were trying to employ and remove so quickly. Not only that, Festival then finds 3 on the round as well.
And not only the first step, getting through the camp.
Be posting up with a TP somewhere, find that opening engagement, TP away. They don't have that possibility with this composition.
That is correct. That is also true. So you're hoping that it's going to be the case here with bstrdd exactly there. So the KO and the Jet working together on mid, but a lower buy.
But it's almost the perfect read from FENNEL. Look at the minimap right now. They're anticipating this pace change coming out of the timeout. Beautiful stuff. FENNEL looks as if they got their finger on the pulse here on Breeze.
Controlling everything so far. There's jump spotting towards the back of the A halls from daiki. We have a Viper's Pit onto A main, and that is actually a very interesting pit when you have such a low buy for Team Liquid.
They're walking tube as 5. daiki actually giving up the angle here that yes, the trip is here, but again, look at the problems naxy's going to have. And Liquid are left wondering. That's why we see the recon dart invested towards bottom mid.
This is crazy. This is also an opportunity for them to play. Exactly. So they might not break this trip. Okay, they will do so and just try to push forward. And now you play around the Viper's Pit, plant behind the pyramids.
I mean, what do you do there if you're daiki? There's 5 people through tube.
You just take out the KY
30 seconds left.
And then just die, right?
Sure. I mean, that looks like what happened, honestly. Actually, naxy spotted on that crossing spawn as well.
Okay.
Okay.
Still is going to make that happen, but suzu still has an angle in the back of the A-holes towards spawn. Not going to be easy here for naxy, but at least the hat's going to give a bit of information. But we're trying to do these surprise plays off the hat. Not going to work out. Everybody's getting punished. And that is going to be FENNEL. Yeah, that's crazy. 5 players walking in halls.
Ready to explode on the back of it.
And look what happens after. Off the timeout, it's time to go back to at least a poison orb on tunnel. But you're actually going to try to go for this, or you're actually going to try to look for mid. It's not going to happen. There's that conditioning. Look at Team Liquid right now. 3 players conditioned to work towards the mid to fight back. And that's no defense on the A site where we're looking for such a quick and heavy hit.
This is the first time actually there's been heavy presence towards him. Actually
Exactly.
pulled one member away from default. So actually, 2 members stacked on the... Actually, naxy going to find the opening here onto Curumi, so definitely going to slow things down.
Important null come in, but we're trying to swing through, over-committed into that kill. And now we get punished back. Team Liquid falling down to an even situation against against FENNEL. And that's some aim live practice there from Festival, shooting both her teammates Recon and the enemy's one. But that doesn't phase Team Liquid. They still have great position towards the A site, but now we're flipping it towards B, where we also have Festival that could dash it across with the spike on her back.
bstrdd is posted up on this, so should find the first, actually just a tag. Whether or not FENNEL on the back of that peak are going to commit. Yeah, they are.
Left.
bstrdd holding towards the elbow. She'll hear all the footsteps. sapphiRe coming out on defense, and that's daiki already at archway. But Plant will at least come down. But can KOHAL hold towards this B main against bstrdd? While we do have the fight from Festival, who does get pinged out by the L drone. And unfortunately, bstrdd does the dance, gets the kill, and then a third into the round onto Festival. And Team Liquid fight back.
Great response here. Even there with naxy looking just a little antsy to try and find that kill, right? To push even further forwards, but Liquid anticipating a fake here, or whether or not there's any confirmation of a second player, a third player potentially tucked up behind bricks.
Enemy kill.
Even the Hunter's Fury just to seal the deal here.
Enemy remaining.
Started finding a crucial kill to KOHAL. And onto Festival to close things out. Still looking fired up, and actually still a very close scoreline. Finally closed off with that retake by Liquid. Ultimate's wise, actually Festival and Len. Well, we see them invested here. Ooh, bstrdd taking a ton of damage.
And a small change as well from the defense. We actually have naxy's camera all the way up on top mid, just to support the double push that they have from herself and bstrdd.
Yeah, slight adaptation. Like I said, to shift the focus back towards. Trying to take it out with a shorty.
Somebody else is going to do it. They pinged it. Curumi, there you go, breaks it. But still, Team Liquid, they still got the first blood into the round with a battle towards elbow.
As I say, FENNEL do have this poison here, orb once again. Whether or not daiki's going to commit to this challenge. FENNEL will put 2 up and nest once again. Yeah, daiki wants to peek this. You can see he wants to try and get onto the edge of bridge here. Take a little off angle.
Might be minute. Oh, okay. The first contact that was,
beautiful crossfire set.
Very well done here by naxy.
What? Festival still found one.
Couldn't react on the second kill, but the push is coming in from mid doors 2 on the attack. So can we hold it down on the A site? Nice relay bolt from Festival. naxy falls, and this all crumbles for Team Liquid. Diren trying to fight back as much as she can, trying to delay as much as she could as the overdrive comes out from Festival. And shocking her opponent, moving in towards the A site. 10 seconds left on the clock. We have to move quick. It's a 1v1. It's down on the ground, and bstrdd still wants to fight it and wins the round and leads her Team Liquid.
So even sure actually with the way that Festival and Len are creeping up here, whether or not she's spotted. I don't know if her shoulder's out of place or what, but they hard cleared her on the edge of that bridge, which is wild.
Thankfully, you have a star player like bstrdd to clutch that round on that 1v1 to allow here Team Liquid to stay alive in this first half.
You can see back-to-back talking about aggressive take on mid on the back of DRN and daiki's utility. Actually, Festival's stun actually acting as a bit of a deterrent. Second pick comes through from DRN, but no trade-off of damage, actually.
There you go. You have daiki playing on the top of mid just to try to drone out in that area. Things that it's clear, but we still have Festival lurking around that area. Meanwhile, though, a little bit of a camera that spots one towards A main.
One here.
Yep. Nice
Spike noted as well.
Attacker spawn.
I think spotted the second player. Wise to back away, though. bstrdd very active in this round. Festival's up to no good.
Spotted 2. That's a little wall for her to fall back, and here's that split into the B site that we talked about, but That's naxy playing towards this B main, could delay rather into this B site. Snakebite on the ground. Suzu trying to move forward with the Blade Storm out. Now here comes the pit on top of that. KOHAL getting the kill, and the Neural Theft is going to spot all the rest of the defenders, which will allow FENNEL to reposition inside the site and try to fight back. But bstrdd answers the call. And a player disadvantage going out for FENNEL. It's going to be Suzu with the Judge, Len with the Vandal, and still a couple of knives in, and we will try to go for it. Play.
Oh my God!
The flick for Len to get the kill onto naxy. There, decay your opponents and then just judge them, but they ran out of the pit just to get the kills. That is some confidence going into that round. And a big win for FENNEL to take the lead by 1. And this also a broken economy for Team Liquid. Forced to play a Blade Storm. DRN has nothing but a Sheriff, and Festival's already moving into the A site.
Festival's just creating even more pressure. Woo! It's not stopped towards double doors this half. And Liquid haven't had a response. DRN now, like I said, isolated here on default. Only a Sheriff punished for it.
But in these moments are when TL could shine. These retakes somehow making the impossible situations possible. Suzu, though, bring the chances back in favor of FENNEL, but not until bstrdd gets the headshot on that Blade Storm. Only one more player to go, and that's exactly what we were talking about. Curumi has to try to go for it. Clutch does get that nice headshot onto bstrdd. Now it's up to her against naxy. Jump spotted now towards yellow. A little bit of a tag. Hunter's Fury available for Curumi. 2 shock darts, but looking for her opponent. And her opponent standing still, comes out for the flick and the headshot. And that's going to be naxy to come in for the defuse. And with this third map, we've tied it up 6-6.
It's still crazy to me that this ends as 6-6, with FENNEL really taking the fight to Liquid here and come out at an even half. Another fantastic round from bstrdd. So quick on this, and even here, ahead of the spike plant, wants to find the kill on Len, weaken that post-plant hold, and naxy to close things out. Great shot from Curumi as well onto bstrdd.
Yeah.
Ahead of that Neural Theft popping. And a little bit of frustration here, yeah. But a fantastic half. Something cooked up to make it work, right?
Yeah.
The concern always being, especially on Breeze, right, is making this double duelist, hyper-aggressive composition work on defense. Actually, Liquid have found themselves a wide open B site here.
Cool.
So going to test that retakeability of Neon immediately in the pistol.
I think I'm going to have to stretch my muscle jaws because I feel that this is going to be very explosive, but an attempt for a retake here onto FENNEL. Spike goes down, and we have great positions at least for the pulse plant, but there's no snake bites to work from naxy.
You see, actually, 2 members, 3 members technically committed towards site here. Actually, Suzu going to find the first daiki on a wild jump swing. KOHAL's found another one as well. No answer back from Liquid just yet.
Okay, well, through the toxic screen does get one, and now the numbers are coming back in favor
DRN's
of Team
found
Liquid.
2.
It's a 2 versus 2. Make that a 1 versus 1. DRN versus Suzu, but Suzu's low in HP. Thankfully, she does have the Sheriff to work with, and it's up against the Ghost.
Oh my God!
And DRN gets a 4th kill into the round, and that's the 2nd pistol round into this map for Team Liquid.
Suzu getting tagged up. And again, Liquid have found themselves a wide open B site. FENNEL anticipating a switch up in round 2, but it's just not there. Whether or not Liquid are just going to look to pile the pressure onto B site on their attack in half here.
A gamble stack that we have for FENNEL towards the A side, but look at this. They do have a camera that could be used as soon as they want to pop out towards this wall of the B site. And let's see how that's going to come into play. There you go, already broken. Not going to do much. Allowing now FENNEL to walk back down towards their opponent's toxic screen. Not going to be able to do too much at this point. After bstrdd spots the first contact, everybody just swings out. So the flood that you wanted to do from FENNEL actually just funnels into their death.
Pinged out as well. Suzu down to 30 HP. Once again, just a pistol finds a headshot, but daiki closes things out. It's a Prime Gaming flawless in the 2nd case. So hoping KOHAL can slow things down here. A deep setup with the tripwires. Spycam dealt with immediately. Has to retreat, has to fall away from this.
Another quick hit from Team Liquid into this B site. We're looking to see if we can get this plant for DRN, and getting that plant with DRN will allow to have the null command to happen. We talked about circling these orbs if you can to try to get an ult as fast as possible. When you have it on your bonus round,
It's huge.
you like your chances.
Actually, he's going to go through, going to catch a lot of FENNEL here, but actually Curumi going to overwhelm. Actually, a 2nd, a 3rd comes through.
It is overwhelming indeed. Only 2 more to go to take down if FENNEL wants to win this round. Daiki on a 3 versus 1. Drops the first, shock dart close. No damage, circles around the other end, but Len was there to protect. They stopped the bleeding. Festival at 2 HP.
The retake pays off. You see here the problem being is 3 classics to offset these 2 rifles. FENNEL don't want to allow their economy off kilter, but an aggressive push will get them the Blade Storm here, even though Festival falls. Retrieval of the weapon, though.
It's a good start. So falling back towards the side, but look at this push to the holes, as you mentioned. bstrdd now gets the headshot into KOHAL. It allows them to maybe go for a fake to split into the B site while the rest of Team Liquid are still holding towards cave. Being very cautious still by clearing it out with the Owl Drone, doing whatever they can. But this seems to be another easy site to take. The battle coming up towards middle. As bstrdd is under heavy attack. Curumi somehow manages to get the kill onto naxy behind bstrdd, who was there for support. Here comes another duel coming up towards top mid, and there you go. She's having her game.
The last shot will land onto Curumi. It's just Suzu now with this Blade Storm that they worked so hard to get at the start of this round. Get a little upgrade here potentially with the Vandal, but 3 more to find here. It's going to happen. Daiki will seal the deal here. 9-7 for Liquid. An important round though. This is ultimately for FENNEL to keep things interesting here in the second half, and potential in this round for Liquid to really apply the pressure in terms of the finances. This will be double digits and arguably should be round 11 as well if they can close this out.
Yeah, definitely. The first one to get double digits will probably get that confidence to try to close this game. Team Liquid are only 1 away. But meanwhile, as you look at the defense from FENNEL, they have added so much pressure towards this mid. Suzu currently waiting while Team Liquid are still holding a very, very slow spawn, expecting these pushes, trying to punish FENNEL. So now the angle comes back in favor of Suzu on by the castle. Back with bstrdd, spotting 1 player, 1 opponent inside the A halls, and finally Team Liquid are looking to explode potentially into this A site.
Still 3 to hold this though. So it's a deep hold, yes, but we're not going to rely on maybe a little bit of utility towards default. Festival, meanwhile, has slipped the net all the way down tube, and there's no utility to stop this flank coming through cave whatsoever.
30 seconds left.
Liquid need to have their heads on a swivel. Nobody on site needs to challenge until Festival makes a move here, and that's going to be it. naxy will fall. That's the Viper will remove.
Oh my god! 2 headshots on the DRN and bstrdd, and finally gets stopped by Daiki. We're fighting back, and she's all alone towards the A cave, and gets another one as Len opens the door. Surprise! As she comes knocking, looking to get this plant into this A slide, but Suzu's there on the flank.
Oh my god!
I'm just gonna say, like, okay, a backstab, being able to get this kill into Viper, no snake bites available. This happens.
I mean, the great thing is, like I said, nobody on site needs to move until Festival actually pulls the trigger.
Yep.
It just so happens it's 3 for Festival in the backlines. Like I said, the worst one to fall first is naxy, right? That Viper wall is removed. There's no real safety net on site. Liquid looking to up the pace a little bit here. No secrets about this initial A presence. Festival once again looking to get into the backlines. This time around the wrong side of that Cypher utility though.
Well, that's gonna be her job. Try to break the utility. They'll hear the camera, and naxy gets the first kill. Hunter's Fury to come out, but Suzu's also spotted on that flank, thankfully, from naxy's camera, who's looking to reflank towards mid. Decides differently, falling back into the A side. Play your numbers, play the pulse plan. Door is opening as 2 players are now spotted under the bridge. bstrdd still being the main point, communicating all of this to her teammates. And Suzu comes from behind, does get the headshot, and is now moving forward. We're trying to battle back towards the headshot angle, towards the rail. Another one onto DRN. The smoke will dissipate, couldn't get the flick. A 2 versus 1, Daiki at 5 HP. As that clock is ticking down, Len is just on the left side of the pyramid, looking to stick it, but about to get turned around from behind, and that's naxy to get the round, and that's Team Liquid, the first to get double digits.
They easily mustered together a per trade. You know, worst case scenario is it's a trade.
Well, bstrdd wants to watch this, moving forward towards the halls, an off angle on the other end. Festival, a little bit antsy, was looking to go for the swing. But as now a couple of pings come out, the dash comes through, but it's still gonna be the pistols. This broken buy from FENNEL with only 2 Sheriffs, and now a salvaged Vandal, and make that even 3 Sheriffs. This is looking good.
Viper's been put out though. naxy looking to try and find this plant. Nachi's already noted this flank though. One of the tripwires was activated. But it's gonna be 2 members of FENNEL. Kurumi's pushed all the way through tube. Spycam gonna spot it out. Great use of utility. The trapwire as well, so naxy will note 2 on the flank.
Cage triggered.
And they've spotted Curumi, but the rotate goes back towards mid.
Daiki's actually got Hunter's Fury as well, so another post-plant tool here. Kurumi has to create some pressure in the back lines.
Very important, but this wall's about to come down, and that's gonna be 2 players. Perfect trade for FENNEL, and the hat's gonna come out to spot the last 2. We're just gonna try to stick it. There's no time to get into position for the Hunter's Fury. We can actually just stick it. We can just eat that.
Remaining.
A total oversight here. I'm not sure whether or not the Cloudburst covering that recon bolt. I'm not sure where the dart ended up, because the dart was sent to back sight. I'm not sure if that was intended to scan default, and it didn't.
Maybe.
But a major, major oversight from Liquid in that post plant.
Unfortunately, some spaghetti. And that will put now Team Liquid with the hero rifle onto bstrdd and pistols for the rest. Null command available off a pulse plan if they want to. As we've gained control towards this A side for Team Liquid. Some opposition from FENNEL at the staircase, at the door. The Owl drone looking for some information. And finally, we have the plant coming down.
Taking a long time to get that plant down, but no challenge from FENNEL. They want to make sure all this util's burnt up. Liquid don't have the advantage just yet. Festival can find naxy though. DRN going to be isolated here on default.
Exactly, the recon spotted too. We know one's at bricks. Oh, she's hiding just behind it. Couldn't get the flick onto bstrdd. But meanwhile, we have lost a player towards that right side pyramid where DRN was isolated.
Surely not again. Okay, initially the tap comes through. I think maybe a snake bite landing here. Yes, naxy gets the kill.
Now despite the Fuser's killed, nobody else is on it. Somebody else has to stick it, but it doesn't work. The utility off the lower buy of naxy saves it for Team Liquid.
And they employ it with dying to pistols, you know, run into a judge, a Spectre, creating a close combat engagement. But the perfect round to pull this out. And rely on the snake bites from deep. I was saying, surely not again that they get this Viper's Valve and just stick to the fuse, but the snake bites pay off.
One of those moments where it didn't seem like FENNEL had somebody that wanted to try to work back on the flank, and they paid the price for that. Team Liquid now up at 11. Looking to change the pace and work back towards this B site, where they also have found some success on some explosive hits towards this B site.
We get lots of sound cues though here on B site. Whether or not Liquid are going to try and pause for thought here, cut noise. Owl drone actually going to come back and try and catch a rotation potentially, but it's only naxy, not necessarily a big indicator that she's still lurking outside B. That will confirm it though with bstrdd being here. Might even keep all 4 members committed.
I mean, they do have only a pistol round, right? Try to play your numbers advantage inside the site, try to gamble it once again. You have a camera trip set up towards the A site, and that's going to help you get that information. Here comes a null command, so we want to play it very safely for DRN, and it allows for a split from Team Liquid into this B site. Everything gets opened up, nice little flash coming through, and Festival is just trying to fight back with KOHAL. That's only going to be 1 left. To no avail, just like that. Team Liquid are now at series point.
Level performance here on Breeze. Putting up numbers for Liquid. Another switch up once again. It's a deep wall on 8 for FENNEL. And this Cypher set up here to try and counter bstrdd.
Such an interesting setup too. Only putting 1 player towards elbow with the push, and the rest of them stacked towards this A site for a FENNEL, but it doesn't work out. They still lose the first player into the round, make that even a second one, and we're just pushing through. Oh, a save from Curumi though to allow her teammate Len to stay alive under the bridge. And this flank is now going to be important. Daiki looking to fight back. It's a Blade Storm out in the hands of Suzu, playing the off angle. Doesn't know if Suzu already crossed over. Nice jiggle peek. Oh, and the updraft through, but it's swatted like Duck Hunt. Bastard now inside the site. Only one more to go. Low HP on to land on a 4 versus 1. And that's going to be it. Team Liquid able to win the series 13-9 on the last map of Breeze.
What a crazy decider here. FENNEL still putting up a fight and honestly walk away with their heads held high here. Honestly, completely defying expectations in my eyes, taking the fight to Liquid and putting up a brilliant performance. Some of these individuals for FENNEL.